Come all you young rounders.
Spring has finally arrived at the lake.
Story I'll tell.
Our family is building an off-grid cabin and home at a gorgeous lake in North Vancouver Island. We started with raw land, covered by a thick forest, and we are slowly turning it into a self-sufficient homestead. In this series, we invite you to join us on our journey of discovery, learning, and building. We are off-grid bound. In the last video, we moved our new wood miser sawmill over 500 kilometers to our off-grid property in North Vancouver Island. Our plan was to set it up and spend the next 2 weeks exploring the property, milling wood for a future cabin, and build a deck near the lake. Unfortunately, our plans were delayed right at the beginning when the motorhome's engine started acting up. We arrived almost 24 hours after we had started. The next day, after we set up our camp, we drove 60 kilometers back to civilization and ordered some lumber for a deck that we wanted to build near the lake.
The day turned to night. Come up on the hillside.
Knowing that we had some time before the lumber would arrive, we started the next morning with an exploration hike through the woods. It is always important to see what has changed over the winter. What a beautiful morning. We made it to what is roughly the middle part of our property. It continues beyond the logging road this way, all the way to the top. We are not going there today. But this is what we call the meadow. Over there is the wetland. Just listen to the quiet and to the birds. It's fantastic. So where Cindy is going and further down, you can see a little bit. I don't know how much you can see it on camera, but here is like a path that seems to be used by animals. We know there are bears in the area because we have seen the scabs. We have only recently started watching the TV series Alone because my favorite bush radical Dave Whipple mentioned it in his channel several times, and if you have watched it, you know that the first 2 seasons and season 4 were filmed here in North Vancouver Island, not too far from here, probably only this way maybe 40 kilometers. And it's amazing to see how people even build these communities, because life is hard here, even with the modern tools and conveniences that we have, the RV and the propane tanks and solar panels. You know, in the past people didn't have those, and when you see the people, the survivalists on the Alone TV, it's such a hard environment, but it's nature, and it's one of the reasons, or it's the main reason we got this place. Anyway, time to go for coffee. Kafičko! Huh?
Breakfast.
Oh my God. What would people in Alone do to have comfort like this? Nice. Something new. We've been here a couple of days, and the battery in the motorhome is just going dead, so it can't even power the fan in the heater. So it's 3 o'clock and I have to turn on the generator. It's about 10 degrees inside in the motorhome, but it's close to freezing outside. Heater back on, and now I can go back to bed. When the lumber was delivered later in the week, we had the pad prepared and started the deck layout right away.
You will drop it? No, you cannot drop it. You have to build it before you drop it.
I can. So, if you want to see how to build a deck the way no professional would probably ever do it, just follow along. We have this small pad here that we've been thinking about using as like a guest pad for camping. When people come, they can put a tent here, but then we are constantly in the need of more space and more roof space, so we will attempt to build a deck here in this small area, approximately 12 by 16 foot, and then on the deck we will put a gazebo and we will have nice little outdoor kitchen party camping site. That's our task. When we are going to finish it, who knows? It should be fun though, no? I hope I didn't break anything. This is where the pile was dropped yesterday. We have brought most of it down to where the deck will be. These remaining long pieces are 16 foot 8 by 2s. They are just too long for the tractor to drive through in the space, so I'll just bring it down to the RV, and then we will drop it there, and the rest will be the old-fashioned manly muscle kind of way. This is gonna be a really tight spot here. I have to be really careful not to wreck anything. That was stressful, but it's done. Good. It was now the time to get the dog out of the car and start working on the deck. This is the first time I am doing anything like this without the help of my father-in-law Frankie. So let's see what I have learned, if anything. And as it has been the case many times, I forgot to turn the camera on. Well, we have done the basic layout. Still need to figure out the corners and diagonals and everything. It turns out that it's gonna be a little smaller than I thought, but should be definitely large enough for the gazebo that we have, which is 10 by 14. We are going to square them and bring the beams and put them on, and then we will see what's what and who is who, and if we can actually pull this off. This was fun. No divorce yet. It's funny how once everything is leveled, that one corner is really high there. It's much higher than we thought it would be. But even when we buried this piece over there, that's as much as we can do.
Come all you young rounders, and a story I'll tell of the promise of heaven.
With the basic frame squared and leveled, our stay here at the lake was coming to an end. Time to do some final inspection, pack up and leave. But we will be back as our project continues. Thanks for watching. We are off-grid bound. See you the next time.
Well, he met in the springtime, the sun sinking low. Two star-crossed lovers in the still melting snow, where the loving was easy and the courting was brief. Well, they called her a beauty, they called